Welcome back to Senior Max 1, where we turn your golden years into your greatest years. Imagine for a moment that your brain is a beautiful, historic English manor house that holds all your most precious memories. You believe you are protecting this house by eating what looks like healthy food, but what if I told you there is a silent assassin hiding in your kitchen cupboard right now? There are specific types of nuts that millions of seniors eat daily thinking they are healthy snacks, but in reality they act like a Trojan horse. Once inside your body, they release silent toxins that inflame your blood vessels and can even carry natural radiation, slowly eroding the foundation of your memory. In the next few minutes, I will reveal the 4 nuts that are secretly aging your brain and the 4 true heroes that can actually reverse cognitive decline. If you are ready to reclaim your mental clarity and protect your future, type the word healthy in the comments below right now to show your commitment. Let us begin this life-changing journey together. We must start our journey today by courageously addressing a dangerous misconception that has permeated our generation for decades regarding what constitutes a truly healthy diet for the aging brain. We grew up in an era where we believed that all nuts were created equal and that a simple handful of trail mix was the ultimate health food for a long life. However, modern nutritional science has peeled back the layers of this belief to reveal a much more complex and somewhat alarming reality that we cannot ignore. Your brain is composed of nearly 60% fat, making it the fattiest organ in your human body, which is a fascinating biological fact that dictates your entire dietary strategy. This means that every single fat molecule you consume eventually becomes part of the physical structure of your brain cells and influences how you think, feel, and remember. When you eat the wrong kind of fats, the protective membranes of your neurons become stiff and rigid like a rusty door hinge that refuses to budge. Think of your brain cells as individual houses with doors that need to open and close smoothly to let information in and out effectively. When the membrane is stiff from bad fats, the electrical signals that carry your thoughts and memories cannot pass through efficiently. This biological rigidity is often the root cause of what we call brain fog, or those frustrating moments when a name is on the tip of your tongue, but you simply cannot find it. We need to look closely at what you are likely eating while watching television or reading the newspaper in the afternoon. The most common culprit is the affordable bag of roasted and salted mixed nuts that you can find in any supermarket aisle. It looks innocent enough on the outside with images of nature and health claims, but it is often filled with cheap fillers that do far more harm than good. Many of these commercial mixes are roasted in low-quality vegetable oils like sunflower or canola oil that are high in inflammatory markers, which essentially cook the nutrients out of the nut before you even open the bag. Furthermore, the excessive sodium used to make them palatable can stiffen your arteries and raise your blood pressure, which is a direct risk factor for vascular dementia. We are often told to snack on nuts to avoid biscuits and cakes, which is generally good advice, but the devil is in the details. If you replace a sugary biscuit with a toxic processed nut, you are simply trading one form of metabolic damage for another. It is time to refine our understanding and realize that in the world of nutrition, quality is everything and convenience often comes at a high price to our health. You might be wondering how something natural can be harmful, but remember that nature is full of defense mechanisms that plants use to protect themselves from predators. Some nuts contain anti-nutrients or are prone to environmental contaminants that the aging body simply cannot handle as well as a younger body might. As we enter our 60s and 70s, our liver's ability to filter toxins naturally slows down, making us more sensitive to these dietary intruders. Therefore, identifying these silent assassins in your pantry is not just about diet, it is about self-defense. In the following sections, we will strip away the marketing and look at the biochemistry of what you are eating. We will replace the bad with the good, creating a shield for your brain that will serve you for decades to come. The first imposter we need to discuss is one that, botanically speaking, is not even a nut at all, yet it is arguably the most consumed nut in the Western world. I am talking about the peanut, which is actually a legume, a cousin of the bean and the pea, and distinct from tree nuts in almost every way. Unlike true nuts that grow on trees basking in the cleansing sunlight and fresh air, peanuts grow underground in the dark, moist soil where fungus thrives. This subterranean environment makes them uniquely susceptible to a specific type of mold that produces a dangerous toxin called aflatoxin. You cannot see this mold with the naked eye, and you certainly cannot taste it under the layers of salt and roasting, but it is frequently detected in peanut crops. Aflatoxin is a known carcinogen that acts as a severe stressor on your liver and can contribute to systemic inflammation throughout your entire body. As we age, our body's ability to detoxify becomes less efficient, so constantly bombarding your system with even trace amounts of mold toxins is unwise. It is like asking your liver to run a marathon every single day without ever giving it a chance to rest and recover, eventually leading to metabolic fatigue. Furthermore, peanuts are incredibly high in omega-6 fatty acids, which are pro-inflammatory when consumed in excess without enough omega-3 to balance them out. While we need some omega-6, the modern diet is already drowning in it from vegetable oils and processed foods. When you have too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3, it creates a state of chronic inflammation in your blood vessels, known as silent inflammation. Imagine your arteries are pipes. Inflammation is like the rust that narrows those pipes, restricting the flow of oxygen-rich blood to your brain cells. Continuing our investigation into the pantry, we encounter another popular snack that carries a hidden danger far more exotic than mold. We must talk about the Brazil nut, which is often touted as a superfood for those with thyroid issues due to its mineral content. For years, health magazines have praised this nut as a superhero for thyroid health due to its incredibly high selenium content. While selenium is indeed vital for immune function, the Brazil nut is a classic case of too much of a good thing becoming a poison. The trees that grow these nuts have massive root systems that dig deep into the ancient soils of the Amazon rainforest. In doing so, they naturally absorb radium, a radioactive element from the earth, concentrating it inside the kernel of the nut to levels higher than almost any other food. Eating 2 or 3 Brazil nuts occasionally is generally considered safe and even medicinal by some practitioners, but it must be treated like medicine. Sitting down and eating a whole bag while watching a film is medically reckless and exposes you to unnecessary radiation. It subjects your body to a dose of radiation that, while natural, causes oxidative stress for your cells and DNA that we should try to avoid. Beyond the radiation, there is the very real risk of selenium toxicity, which can occur surprisingly quickly if you make this a daily habit. Symptoms of this condition include hair loss, brittle nails, garlic breath, and paradoxically, nerve damage and irritability. It is a cruel irony that a food eaten for health could cause the very nerve issues we are trying to avoid in our golden years. Therefore, my advice for the Brazil nut is to treat it with extreme caution, perhaps eating one occasionally, but never as a snack. We then move to the third character in our list of villains, the commercially processed cashew that you find on discount shelves in every shop. I want to be clear that raw organic cashews have their benefits, but the ones you find in bulk are often a metabolic trap. To extract a cashew from its toxic shell, which contains a resin similar to poison ivy, it must undergo high heat treatment. This aggressive processing can damage the delicate, healthy oils within the nut, turning them into something your body struggles to recognize. Furthermore, compared to other nuts like walnuts or macadamias, cashews have a significantly higher carbohydrate content, which acts very much like starch. For a senior body that may be struggling with insulin sensitivity or pre-diabetes, snacking on handfuls of cashews can cause blood sugar spikes. High blood sugar is one of the leading accelerators of brain aging, a condition some researchers are now calling type 3 diabetes because of the link between insulin and Alzheimer's. When your blood sugar spikes and crashes, your brain is starved of steady energy, leading to fatigue, irritability, and a lack of focus. If you are trying to keep your mind sharp, feeding it sugar, disguised as a nut, is counterproductive to your goals and will leave you feeling foggy. But there is a fourth danger that is not about the type of nut, but rather the condition of the nut itself. We must address the issue of storage and the chemical reaction known as oxidation that happens in your cupboard when air meets fat. If you have a bag of nuts that has been open for months, smelling slightly like old paint or cardboard, you are holding a bag of free radicals. This is oxidized fat, and it is arguably one of the most toxic things you can put into your body because it is chemically unstable. Eating rancid nuts is like sending a demolition crew into your arteries to chip away at the smooth lining of your blood vessels. The oxidized fats attack your cell walls, stealing electrons from healthy cells and creating massive oxidative stress that accelerates the aging process. Our sense of smell is designed to warn us of this danger, which is why rancid food smells repulsive to us naturally. However, many people override this instinct or mask the taste with honey, chocolate, or excessive spices, forcing their bodies to process the toxin. Please go to your kitchen today and smell your nuts. If they do not smell fresh and sweet, throw them away immediately. Your health is worth far more than the cost of a bag of old food, and your brain deserves fresh fuel. This brings us to a crucial point about how we interact with our food and the signals our body gives us daily. By eliminating these four dangers, peanuts, Brazil nuts in excess, cheap cashews, and rancid nuts, you stop the damage, you stop the inflammation, you stop the insulin spikes, and you stop the intake of toxins that cloud your thinking and sap your energy. Now that we have cleared the debris, we can prepare to rebuild the foundation with the right materials that nature has provided. If you have realized that you might have these items in your kitchen right now, do not worry, knowledge is power. We are about to pivot to the solution to the foods that will actively repair the damage and build a better brain. If you are finding this information helpful and want to protect your brain, please type the number MAX1 in the comments below. Seeing your comments helps us know that this detailed information is reaching the people who value it most. Now that we have cleared the cupboards of these silent threats, we must not leave you empty-handed or feeling deprived of your favorite snacks. Nature is not cruel. For every villain, there is a hero waiting to be discovered and utilized for your well-being. We are going to construct a 24-hour brain rescue plan, starting from the moment you wake up in the morning. The morning is critical because your brain has been fasting all night and is crying out for protection against the oxidation of the coming day. You need a fuel source that burns slowly and provides a shield against the stressors you will face from traffic to news to weather. The first hero in our whitelist is the almond, a nut that has been revered in ancient cultures for centuries for its vitality. But I am not talking about just any almond that you grab from a bag and chew hurriedly while rushing out the door. I am speaking of the activated almond, a term that might sound technical but is actually very simple and rooted in nature. You see, almonds contain a natural preservative in their brown skin called phytic acid, which protects them until they are ready to sprout. In our bodies, this acid can bind to minerals like zinc and magnesium, preventing us from absorbing them efficiently in our digestive tract. However, if you soak your almonds in water overnight, you break down this barrier and release the nutrients into a bioavailable form. This process is called activation, and it mimics the process of germination in nature when rain wakes up a dormant seed. It unlocks the nutrients and makes the almond softer, sweeter, and much easier for your digestive system to handle without bloating. Almonds are the premier source of natural vitamin E, which is an antioxidant that is particularly effective at protecting fat molecules. You can think of vitamin E as the rust-proofing layer for your brain cells, preventing them from corroding under stress. Every day, your brain is attacked by oxidative stress from pollution, stress, and normal metabolism, which creates free radicals. Vitamin E embeds itself in your cell membranes and intercepts these attacks, preserving the integrity of your neurons and keeping them functional. Studies suggest that adequate vitamin E intake is linked to a slower rate of cognitive decline as we age, essentially keeping our brains younger. So here is your new morning ritual that will set the tone for a healthy and vibrant day of clarity. Place 5 to 10 raw almonds in a small glass of water before you go to bed at night. In the morning, drain the water, rinse them, and eat them with your breakfast or as a mid-morning snack. They will be plump, delicious, and fully bioavailable, giving your brain the armor it needs to face the world. This simple act of preparation shows a level of care for yourself that goes beyond just eating. It is nourishment in its truest form. It is a small step, but it signifies a massive shift in how you treat your biology and your future. Instead of starting your day with sugar that causes a crash, you are starting with protection and sustained energy. If you are willing to try this simple soaking technique, you are already ahead of 90% of the population. As the sun climbs higher and we reach the midday hours, many of us experience that familiar slump in energy and focus. The brain feels heavy, focus begins to drift, and the temptation to nap or eat sugar becomes very strong. This is the moment most people make a mistake by reaching for a biscuit or a sugary coffee to get a quick boost. Instead, I want you to reach for the king of the nuts, the walnut, which is nature's specific remedy for the brain. Nature has given us a visual clue that is impossible to ignore. The walnut looks exactly like a human brain. It has a left and right hemisphere, and it even has the wrinkled folds that resemble the neocortex where higher thinking occurs. This is known as the doctrine of signatures, an ancient philosophy stating that herbs resemble the body parts they treat, and here it is, scientifically accurate. Walnuts are unique because they are the only tree nut that is significantly high in alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. This is a plant-based form of omega-3 fatty acid which is absolutely critical for cognitive function and reducing inflammation. Omega-3 is the ultimate lubricant for your neural pathways, ensuring that signals move fast and fluidly between cells. It helps to keep the blood vessels in your brain flexible and open, ensuring a steady stream of oxygen and nutrients reaches every corner. Without enough omega-3, the brain becomes sluggish and communication between neurons slows down, leading to that heavy feeling. I recall a patient of mine, let us call him Arthur, a retired university professor, who was terrified because he started forgetting names. He felt like a thick fog had descended over his mind, and he feared the worst for his intellectual future and independence. We integrated walnuts into his daily lunch routine, asking him to eat just 4 or 5 halves every day without fail. He would crush them over his salad or simply eat a small handful as a dessert instead of a sweet treat. Over the course of 3 months, combined with other lifestyle changes, Arthur reported that the fog began to lift significantly. He described it as someone finally cleaning a dirty windscreen. Suddenly, everything was sharp and clear again, and his confidence returned. The omega-3 fatty acids also play a crucial role in lowering inflammation, which we established earlier is the enemy. By choosing walnuts, you are actively fighting the fire of inflammation in your brain and protecting your memory from decay. This is not magic. It is biology giving your body the raw materials it needs to repair itself naturally. The walnut is a powerhouse of polyphenols as well, which further protect the brain from oxidative damage and stress. It is a perfect midday snack because the healthy fats provide satiety, keeping you full until dinner without snacking. If you are finding this information helpful and want to join a community of people dedicated to mastering their health, please consider subscribing to our channel Senior Max 1. By clicking that subscribe button, you are saying yes to a future where you are in control of your aging process. As the day winds down and evening approaches, our nutritional goal shifts once again from energy to restoration. We are no longer looking for high-energy fuel. We are looking for nutrients that support, repair, and sleep. This brings us to our final hero of the day, the pistachio, a nut that is often misunderstood and underestimated. These vibrant green gems are often overlooked, but they possess a secret weapon that is essential for the aging brain. Pistachios contain natural melatonin, the hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycle and signals the body to rest. As we get older, our bodies naturally produce less melatonin due to the calcification of the pineal gland, leading to fragmented sleep. You might wonder what sleep has to do with diet and brain health, but the connection is profound and undeniable. It is during deep sleep that your brain activates its own waste disposal system known as the glymphatic system. Imagine a team of cleaners that comes into an office building at night to sweep away the trash and scrub the floors. Your brain does the same, flushing out toxic proteins like beta amyloid that are strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. However, this cleaning process only happens efficiently when you are in a deep restorative slumber, not just dozing lightly. Eating a small handful of unsalted pistachios an hour or 2 before bed can provide a natural, gentle nudge to your melatonin levels. This helps you drift off more easily and stay asleep longer, allowing the cleaning crew to do their job thoroughly. Additionally, pistachios are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, powerful antioxidants that are famous for protecting eyesight from macular degeneration. New research shows they also accumulate in the brain and improve processing speed, keeping your mind agile and quick. So while you sleep, the nutrients from the pistachios are helping to guard your vision and prepare your brain for the next day. It is a dual benefit that is hard to beat, addressing both rest and cognitive maintenance in one delicious package. Just remember to choose the ones in the shell, as the act of shelling them slows down your eating pace. This allows your brain time to register fullness so you do not overeat before bed, which can disrupt digestion. It creates a mindful moment in the evening, a ritual of slowing down and caring for yourself before sleep. If you make this a habit, you are supporting the most critical phase of brain maintenance, the nightly detox. Without this phase, waste products build up, leading to the very diseases we are trying to prevent in the long run. If you are ready to try this evening ritual and prioritize your sleep, please comment the number Max 1 below. We love seeing our community take concrete steps towards better health and sharing their commitment with others. We have journeyed through a full 24 hours of neuronutrition, from the morning almond to the evening pistachio. Now let us bring it all together into a cohesive philosophy for your life that you can apply immediately, starting today. The lesson here is not just about specific nuts. It is about intentionality and making conscious choices about what fuels your body. We have learned that what we have been told by advertisers is not always the truth regarding health food and safety. We have learned that the peanut and the processed cashew can be saboteurs of our health if we are not careful. Conversely, the activated almond, the brain-boosting walnut, and the sleep-supporting pistachio are our powerful allies in the fight against aging. But remember, the dose makes the medicine, and moderation is the key to all nutritional therapies we discuss here. We are not suggesting you eat a mountain of nuts, as they are calorically dense foods that can lead to weight gain. A small closed handful is the correct portion size to nourish the brain without overburdening the body with excess weight. It is all about balance, quality, and listening to what your body needs at different times of the day. Always choose raw or dry roasted over oil fried, and choose unsalted or lightly sea salted over heavy sodium. And most importantly, trust your senses. If a nut smells bad, it is bad, so throw it away immediately. Your health is worth far more than the cost of a bag of old food, and you deserve the best fuel available. Please remember, while I am sharing this knowledge from decades of experience and research, I am a voice on the internet. The information in this video is for educational purposes and is designed to empower you to have better conversations. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment from your personal physician who knows your history. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard here or anywhere online. If you are on blood-thinning medication or have kidney stones, you must consult your doctor before making significant changes. Foods like spinach and certain nuts contain oxalates and vitamin K, which can interact with medications in unexpected ways. We want you to be safe, happy, and healthy, and safety always comes first in any health journey we undertake. Your doctor is your partner, and this information is a tool to help you work better with them. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us today at Senior Max 1, investing in your most precious asset. Your brain is the most complex and beautiful machine in the universe. Treat it with the respect it deserves every single day. Before you go, please leave a comment sharing your thoughts on your own health journey and how you feel today. Let us support each other in the comments and make the rest of our lives the best of our lives together. Comment the word health below to claim your vitality and join our growing family of conscious seniors. Until next time, take care and stay healthy.